Up next, the Planet of the Apes trilogy. I remember not really having much of an interest in these movies at first when the first two were out. I just kind of thought the whole concept was a bit silly. Until, I forget what movie it was, but I went to the theater to see it and they had a teaser for War for the Planet of the Apes. And the overall tone just intrigued me so much that I then went home and watched Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Then I watched Dawn, and then when it came out, I watched War for the Planet of the Apes in theaters, and they've been some of my favorite films ever since. Watching Caesar go from this intelligent ape trying to find his place in the world to becoming a leader for his people was just an incredible journey to watch, and I love the overall direction of these movies, especially the last two. The motion capture performances are also great, especially from Andy Serkis as Caesar, and honestly, Caesar may just be my favorite character across any film ever. War for the Planet of the Apes is my favorite here, though on my recent rewatch, Dawn definitely gets close, and I could probably switch out those two anytime now. And finally, I know I said no particular order, but I'd be lying to myself if I didn't say that the Before trilogy was hands down my number one favorite film trilogy. I'm not much of a romance movie guy, but this came to my attention while watching a video talking about the most realistic portrayals of love in movies, and after that, I decided to give it a shot. It's about these two strangers, Jesse and Celine, who meet on a train and start talking to each other. Eventually, they both get off the train so they can continue talking to each other, and all three of these movies are basically just walking and talking, and your interest is going to come from whether or not you're engaged with their conversations, and for me, I absolutely was. The conversations span from little life experiences to their outlook on life and the very nature of love, and often I would find myself thinking about these same things from my own perspective during these movies. Ultimately, you're going to watch how this relationship grows across all three films, and also how it changes, especially in the third film. My favorite here is Before Sunset, one of the very few movies I have ever considered a 10 out of 10. I love how it revolves around them just catching up with each other 9 years later, and you get to hear how much they both have changed, which results in some interesting revelations that take place later in the movie. Those are my favorite trilogies, but let me know what you thought of those picks and also what your favorite film trilogies are.